today's episode of The Daily Blend. I am your host, AC. And did you know that April is National Volunteer Month? You probably didn't. I didn't know, but now I do. Here to tell us more about it is Andrew Grabau from Heart of Missouri United Way. How are you, Andrew?
Doing very well, thank you.
All right, Tell us about National Volunteer Month.
You're exactly right. National Volunteer Month for the full month of April allows us to do a couple of things. It allows us to really elevate the importance of volunteering while celebrating the role of volunteers.
And I know how important volunteers are to Heart of Missouri United Way and all the other organizations that are here in Columbia. I mean, they're the lifeblood, really, of organizations.
They are. You know, volunteering for organizations means that our local partners can keep their overall costs low while engaging more of the community to reach areas that perhaps maybe their staff might not be aware of or may not have connections to. And really, we all know that many hands make light work,
Absolutely.
Right? That saying. And so when you have more volunteers, more can be done to solve the issues in our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's a question that I have. How do organizations attract volunteers?
Yeah.
Like, what is it, do you think, that is about certain organizations? There are some organizations that are really well at it. They do a really
Right.
good job. And then some that kind of struggle to attract volunteers. What do you think the secret sauce is for getting volunteers attracted to your organization?
So volunteering means that someone connects with the mission, and being able to connect with the mission means that they obviously know about it, and so it really makes it a little bit of a challenge for an organization to put themselves always out there.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget, like, the nonprofit organization's role is to serve a need in the community, right? To minimize a disparity or to help a certain segment of our population. So it makes it hard sometimes to market volunteer opportunities.
Right.
At the Heart of Missouri United Way, we do a lot of outreach to help lift up all nonprofits and to really expose those opportunities. And there's two ways that we do that. One, we have on the United Way website, uwheartmo.org, a volunteer page that any health and human services nonprofit can list a volunteer opportunity. And we help to host that so that we can really put that platform out there for anyone. The other way is through our Give 5 retiree program. And the Give 5 retiree program is a 5-week free class where retirees, recent retirees, or maybe even if you're on the cusp of retiring, can participate. And we teach different ways to get involved in the community, which include going and visiting nonprofits. So we actually take them to the nonprofit organizations as well. So just lifting up the visibility of those orgs is really important.
Yeah, that's a really great program.
Yeah.
It's facilitated by a really great person.
Yes,
Yes,
that's right.
and I will tell you, though, that I've heard feedback from people who have been in the program who have said, I have lived here for a really long time, and I had no idea that this was what was happening behind the scene at some of these organizations. And I think that's why the Give 5 program is so impactful.
Yes.
Because it doesn't just say, hey, here's a website and you can sign up here to volunteer. It actually says, hey, we're going to show you, introduce you, get you familiar with these opportunities and these organizations. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful way to get people involved.
You're right. No, I think Give 5 is a visible program that does that. And it does something that all volunteer efforts do. It increases awareness and therefore increases empathy. And that is really the second part that's so important. The personal benefit.
Yes.
It sounds maybe selfish, but the personal benefit that the individual gets from volunteering, it does help you, but then it helps our community. When
does.
you see the need and can be a part of helping to address the need, what a great feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of things go on in the community to recognize volunteers?
Sure. Well, actually, so tonight we're going to have a celebration for retirees at the MU Retirees Association, where United Way is going to give out a couple of awards. Kind of still keep it secret. It's a surprise. So we're going to do that. But so that's one way. And then I just know throughout the month of April, Clean Up Columbia is ongoing right now for individuals to help with City of Columbia projects. For Columbia, the effort among the faith community is huge. They're celebrating their 10th year.
Gosh.
And that's at the end of this month, I think the 27th of April. So there's a lot of different programs. United Way, we celebrate volunteers all the time, whether it's through our monthly newsletter or through just different ways to just elevate elevate and profile volunteers. Yeah.
So would you say if there's
Yeah.
somebody watching right now
Yeah.
and they're saying, "Oh, volunteering," because I will tell you, I was late in the game to start volunteering. It's changed my life, honestly. Like seeing community needs and seeing where your skill set can help with some of those things. It's really kind of life changing. So what would you say is a good place to start for somebody who's looking for an opportunity?
I appreciate you sharing that because I agree with you. Even, as someone who works in the nonprofit sector, sometimes it is a little intimidating to make that first step.
Yeah.
And I even struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing to know. Everyone who is volunteering at one time was in your same
Yep.
shoes. And organizations are thrilled to have volunteers. They love having a diverse group of people who come and actually want to be involved and they want to help in fulfilling the mission.
Yeah.
So just know that you're going to be welcomed with a lot of support, and and also look at the bright side too. After you make that first step, you are going to have the opportunity to make a difference in the community. You
Yeah.
are going to make our community better.
That is very true. That's very true. And so I always like to say whether it's, whether you go into, North Stewart and read books,
Yeah.
To the kids, that's a very, that's a low barrier. Like you can just say, okay, I'm just going to start there. And a lot of times you'll get into an organization and you'll hear about other things and see other things and then say, oh, I can probably do a little more.
Oh, there's a great story that I'd love to, if we had more time to tell, about a volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club who recognized that kids wanted to learn how to play drums, and so started a whole drum corps.
Yes.
Right? Which that was not on the schedule.
Right.
But volunteers bring that perspective and that lens, right? And they can find different ways to use their wisdom and talents to engage and to volunteer. So super fun.
That is a great story,
Yeah.
and that's one example
Yes.
of how it can work. Andrew, thank you so much for coming on and highlighting National Volunteers Month in April. We appreciate it. Always good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Absolutely.